Speaking of a secret you don't know, there is a place in the world, once closed, the money in your pocket will shrink by half tomorrow, not inflow, but directly evaporate. That is the Hormuz Strait, a narrow, like a phoenix, waterhole, but it flows every day, is not seawater, but solid liquid gold. If you throw a bomb here, it's not a matter of how many people are killed, but a half of the world's countries are directly facing bankruptcy. The world's most busy route, 1/5 of the global oil supply every day must be through this narrow waterway to reach the world market from the night sky to the night homes. It's like a flowing light box. The light in the box is hundreds of them carrying the entire planet's energy giant. Cruise, although there is no need for important seashells in the world, but there is no place, can be like homes, such a huge global energy supply compressed into such a small area of water. About 20 million tons of oil every day pass through homes that the sea, which is flat and calm, can't see the weight behind it at all. But in Hormuz, geography and economy are intertwined like this. A water belt that is not eye-catching on the map gathers the power to move the world. The Persian Gulf is an inland sea between the Arabian Peninsula and the Iranian Plateau. It is nearly 1,000 kilometers from the northwest to the southeast. At the southeast end, the seabed is suddenly narrowed and forms a natural plain. That is the Hormuz Strait. The northern coast of the strait is the Iranian Gulf. The mountain range is steep and the coast is flat. And the south coast is the Oman and the Musandam Peninsula, which is like a blade pierced into the water. This unique terrain creates a natural gap and creates the most strategic and valuable maroon road on the earth. The narrowest part of the strait is 33 kilometers. But not all areas can be used for navigation. Supertourers must walk to special routes, each width of about 3 kilometers. The bottom of the seabed is not flat, and the deep water routes are close to the shallow water, forcing large ships to follow the exact route. These natural conditions actually lock up the navigation channel. Hormuz is the only exit from the Persian Gulf to the Oman and Arabian Sea. From here, oil enters the Indian Ocean and flows to all over the world. A small strait becomes the center of the global energy trade network. The distance from the London city centre to the Cicero airport is about the width of the homes. In such a narrow space, hundreds of meters long giant wheels flow every day. The Hormuz also has a strange water pattern phenomenon. The Oman seawater flowed densely flowing into the sea, and the warm surface water of the Persian Bay flows out. The current of these two currents further affects the conditions of navigation, which is also one of the reasons why the navigation must be carefully planned. From the space, Hormuz is like a blue belt that connects the Persian Bay and the ocean. The watercolor on both sides is different, and it naturally marks a safe route for the safe travel route. There are 8 countries in the Gulf of Persia. Each has a coastline that leads to Hormuz also highly dependent on energy exports. They all know one thing: who can control this bend, who will have the chip to affect the entire region's economic fate. Iran is the controller of the northern coast of Hormuz. The coastline is long here. The ground is steep. The mountains and valleys are directly floating towards the sea at the same time. Iran also controls the several strategic islands near the center of the northern part of the Hormuz Strait. The coastline is long and the terrain is steep. The mountains and valleys are directly the strategic islands. This geographical advantage has given Iran a significant natural advantage in the Hormuz issue. The Oman has a fairly rare geographical feature. The Musandam Peninsula is completely separated from the Oman region on land. It is surrounded by the territory of the alien Emirate, but it is like a sea and fits into the Hormuz. The strategic position is indispensable. The advantage of the United Arab Emirates is that it is unique. The coastline of this country is across the coastline. Both the port of the Persian Gulf and the Oman Bay outside the coast have the Fujairah port, which can be transported directly around the coast. Qatar is only a small peninsula, but it is one of the largest natural gas reserves in the world. A large amount of natural gas needs to be transported to the world through special ships, and these ships go out of the sea. The same only has a one-way bus. The geographical location of each country on the coast of Bosnia is different. Some coastlines are long but deep in the bend. Some are closer to the sea entrance. This directly determines the time and cost that each country transports oil to the world market. But no matter the cruise ship departs from Saudi Arabia Kuwait, Qatar, or the United Arab Emirates. It will eventually run to the ocean together with Hormuz. The bottom of the Persian Sea is buried with one of the most amazing geological wealth on Earth. This area has nearly half of the total amount of carbon dioxide in the world. It is a gold that has been geologically evolved for hundreds of millions of years. All these energy is stored in a closed sea. And the only way to export is by oil. Every second, hundreds of tons of oil pass through the sea. In one day, about 20 million tons of oil have been transported. There is no energy channel in the world that can transport such a huge amount of oil in such a short time. Saudi Arabia exports the huge amount of oil. The largest export of Saudi Arabia, the second is Iraq, the United Arab Emirates, Kuwait and Iran. Every country has millions of barrels of oil every day. To pass this level, the Lastanula port of Saudi Arabia is the largest oil export port in the world. Huge pipes and pipes gather here. Oil is loaded on the cruise ship, and every ship that leaves here in the end, it can only go to Hormuz. The Middle East produces about 1/3 of the world's oil, but it takes up a larger proportion of global oil exports. After all, other major oil producers are mostly consuming a large part of domestic demand, and the countries in the Gulf of Hovrasel than 2 weeks, and the first 2 weeks of the as the global economy expanded, the demand for energy rose. This figure has grown all the way up to about 20 million tons a day. One of the largest natural gas fields on the earth is hidden between Qatar and Iran. Qatar is called the North Gas Field, and Iran is called But in essence, this is the same huge geological structure across the two seas. Qatar's Ras Laffan is the world's largest industrialized natural gas export hub. This industrial city is almost born for industrialization and export of natural gas. Every ship that leaves here must pass through Hormuz. The Suez, Mexico and Panama Canal are the channels of global trade. But the difference between the Hormuz and Panama Canal is that although the amount of goods it supplies is small, the value of the oil and natural gas is far higher than that of other goods. About 100 ships come and go every day to cross the Hormuz. There are both oil ships and natural gas ships, and there are also cargo wheels for Taiwan to transport various materials. This coast is one of the busiest routes on the earth. Most of the oil from Hormuz flows to Asia East, while the rest flows to Europe and other regions. Japan and South Korea's oil imports rely heavily on this route. Our country and India are equally dependent on it. This means that what Hormuz is involved in is not only the energy security of the Middle East, but also the energy supply chain of Asia. Every sound of gasoline in your tank is likely to be drawn from an oil well in the Middle East. The oil is first transported to the port and then loaded onto the cruise ship. That ship crosses the Hormuz and then travels for several weeks to reach the far-off refinery in a few weeks. This is the way energy has reached you before you have walked. Today, a large part of global investment capital can finally chase those energy flows that cross the Hormuz. As the world gradually turns to renewable energy, the role of Hormuz may change. If the transition process is slower, the oil flow in the strait will remain high in the next few decades. Even if the transition is accelerated, Hormuz will still be an indispensable energy route for a long time. All over the country, Taiwan is also preparing for the post-oil era, using plenty of desert sunlight to actively invest in green and new energy industries. And if hydrogen really becomes the protagonist of the future, the probability of the transportation of hydrogen will still exceed Hormuz. Fuel can be changed, technology can be changed, but geography will not change. Will become the future hero. The ship that transports hydrogen energy will probably still pass through. Hormuz. Fuel can be changed, technology can change, but geography will not change. In the next millions of years, Hormuz will always be a natural export of Bosnia no matter